Good morning, everyone. I'm just simply overwhelmed with all these many talented overseas guests, lecturers, and I just, welcome to Hong Kong anyway in the first place, especially if this is the first time to come to Hong Kong. I hope we treat you well. In particular, if you haven't been to our West Kowloon, please do, because we have the most amazing M Plus Museum, together with the Palace Museum, and with the huge open plan waterfront. It's nothing better than just go and enjoy the view of Hong Kong. I'll see Victoria Harbour. Day to night is equally beautiful, so please do that. And before I start, I'd very much like to thank Abel, UCL, and together with Jack, Hong Kong UST, their kind invitation allow me to be here to learn from all of you, and also at the same time to share with you our latest development. And this platform is so tremendous to the point that we can come and share and learn. If possible, we'd love to collaborate with you all here, and this is what this is all about. But after Abel's and Jack's talk, I don't think I have much left to say. In particular, all this amazing theory from the both academia. Perhaps allow me just to share with you our latest development in terms of commercialization. Maybe that is our forte. And I am a person that is interdisciplinary, and I'm an entrepreneur. So like Jack was saying, from an academia perspective, it's slightly different. So I'm going to really go down to earth and really humble, from a humble perspective, to share about the blockchain technology that we apply in the build industry. Not only just blockchain, but the whole full life cycle management to help us to build faster, better, and better quality as well. Now, before I start, I put into the context that we are actually here in Hong Kong. I don't know whether you know, Mong Kok is one of those most condensed places in Hong Kong. We live in a high-rise environment, and we squeeze in a tiny, weeny space. I'm afraid this is Hong Kong. However, we're unique. Now, if you don't know, this is our chief executive, Mr. John Lee. Just recently, he delivered a policy address to lead us this coming decade, the way we forward, how we Hong Kong Chinese, we have about 7.2 million Hong Kong Chinese, together bringing us to the Greater Bay Area, together moving along to the entire China. We have 1.4 billion people to live happily together. Not to mention supporting each other to move on to other countries and see a global citizens. How are we going to develop that? Well, our CE's got two major areas. First of all, it's actually live to build a smart city context. But that context, by the way, we have a smart city consortium here. We supported that as well. But in a livable manner. And that livable manner has got to be sustainable. That's one aspect of it. The reason being is because our chief executive is saying that this coming decade, we will build 410,000 units. That's a lot, isn't it? That's the reason why we need your help and support to make that happen. Besides that, with that housing numbers, which is a daunting figures, but he wants us to build at least 50% of MIC and DFMA. Now, with the overseas scale, might not know the term MIC. MIC stands for Modular Integrated Construction, meaning everything's like a Lego block, with structural wall included, with sanitary fitting included. We call it boxes, but actual term is modular, of course. We've got to do that. On the other hand, he wants us to look into the aging population. We want to really build elderly, friendly, inclusive places, not only for local people to enjoy, but for overseas people to actually help us to enjoy that as well. We want to attract more people to live in Hong Kong because Hong Kong is special and unique. Well, I'm biased because I'm born and bred in Hong Kong, but I hope you can feel what are we doing in this city. Now with that, I want to share with you is actually double aging in Hong Kong. The reason being is because we're the second longest life expectancy in Hong Kong, just followed by Monaco. The average age is about 85. Together, the birth rate, I have to say, we are the lowest, I'm afraid. It's 0.9. So we're not doing well in that department. Together, we have 9,100 buildings that is literally aged 50 and above. So we're facing a huge issue here in Hong Kong. That's the reason why we need all the expertise that we could get, especially the academia, not just theory, but bring the theory to Hong Kong, and we actually flourish that. This is what my sharing is all about. Now, this picture, I'm not going to flaunt it, but this is something that our group very small company that we created in Hong Kong. So far, we finished more than 508,000 modular boxes already. And some of them are the very first sort of development here in Hong Kong. We proudly say, thanks to my team, we finished the very first, what we call concrete MIC project for the firemen to live. And that's literally translated to 3,762 boxes. Every single one of them are just in time. Why just in time is important? Because we don't have to rent another space to store those boxes. Together, once we arrived in Hong Kong, manufacture elsewhere, bunker in, do the installation, fill the gap in between, there you go. Build very fast. In that particular case, we do 5 days per cycle, meaning every 5 days we build a floor. So the end result was actually all raw data. We literally built 10 months faster than the electrical sort of agreed date. So that's pretty well. And in terms of the productivity, if you look at that, we managed to reduce 70% of the adoption. We actually, no, correct me. We actually managed to adopt 70% of MIC modules, and together we managed to reduce 40% of manpower. And that is actually doing something well, I presume. But from building a residential block to, we just completed MIC school. Yes, the module are much bigger. May not be six-sided, but still is MIC. The end result was, as you can see the actual numbers, we finished 144 MIC classroom together with 187 precast modules, just to build a lot faster and better quality, of course, because we built offsite in a plant in China. Together, more to the point, there's another thing I want to highlight. We're currently doing what we call the largest number in terms of DFMA depot for our transportation department and the Hong Kong other department, just to examine our car and so on and so forth in Taiwan. And that is 92% of DFMA together with MIMEP. Now, all these figures seems daunting for you, but what I'm trying to say is this whole MIC DFMA concept was introduced by our last government, our last CE, Mrs. Carrie Lam, in order to build not only faster, but more effective manner. And the end result was, these are all the raw data. On average, we build faster 40% in terms of time, 60% of manpower reduction, 45% of construction waste are eliminated. That is something, isn't it, when it comes to sustainability? Not to mention 25% of air quality actually better. Just-in-time construction, more to the point, is enhancing the ESG and the 70 SDG goals that we try to tackle. And that is something that we all should and help build a better environment. Besides that, I want to highlight the things that we more or less completed. This is a project that the end user is a housing society, which is again a semi-quasi-government body that we built in a manner that in 3 aspects. They build elderly homes. They build homes that actually for sale, more or less towards a higher standard, like the private sector, and also they rent the housing accommodation as well. This project is basically the very first MIC project that we've done for them. We finished all the boxes. It's altogether 1,225 boxes. 4 days per cycle, every single floor, we have 39 boxes. And not only that, the breakthrough was, at least for us anyway, we developed a balcony towards the living room as one module, 22 tons. And that is the breakthrough that other developer can follow suit. I think that's the most important. Now, Jack mentioned about time before. Contractor doesn't want to keep on doing the changes. Gosh, far from it. We want to build promptly. The reason being is because we don't want to waste time and waste material. Now, doing MIC, one of the sort of supporting area is that once we've frozen the design, after we make the mock-up, everybody make the comments toward it, that's it, everything's frozen. Nobody dare or should do the changes. And that's the reason why we can actually make this happen. So to other words, from the other perspective, as a developer, I'm a developer myself as well. If you do the module kind of like 500 square feet, just under 10 million Hong Kong, that's the best way because you don't have to change much. I have to say it comes in a really nice posh location. You need to build a larger sort of perspective, a larger accommodation, then perhaps MIC is not for you. But when it comes to standardization, smaller unit, MIC is the way to go because it's a lot faster. and better quality. And not to mention this point, we use smart construction on this contract, meaning you are real-time seeing everything from different offices, Hong Kong, China, everywhere you go. Everything is transparent, 24/7. The other thing we're doing for Housing Authority now, Housing Authority is the largest public developer in Hong Kong. They build all residential for the local people to enjoy. And again, we're fortunate enough to run another project, the very first MIC project for Housing Housing Authority. They're both equally important to us. And we have 5 blocks, and 1 block is all MIC. Now, but this one, we increase the percentage even further, optimize it. Not only MIC module, but together with the prefabrications, all 100%. Another breakthrough for us. And as you can see, the white unit there are the mock-up. A lot of people see it. If you haven't, let me know. Love to show it to you. Amazing development. Now, but very close to my heart, I would like to thank the last government as well to start something called demandable MIC units. What's that for? For the most needed person in Hong Kong. Those people sadly living in a very small space, what we call subdivided flat. They don't even have a table. They share the bed. Quite a poor condition. So our last government really made a really prompt and firm decision to give us, we all have to bid for it. Doesn't matter it's one person unit, 2-person unit, or 3 and 4-person units, or we only given 550,000 Hong Kong per unit. Gosh, you will imagine. From a QS perspective, Michael will laugh. We're not doing well. I'm not earning money for that at all. But I can't lose money either because I'm a public listed company. So on average, we are doing kind of all right. But it's the most meaningful project I ever done in my life. The reason being is because you can see the little boy there. He couldn't stop jumping around. When his family about to receive the unit, we are giving them 2 rooms to live. Whereas before, they don't even have a table to work and do the homework, nor to have the dinner. So that is a very meaningful project for all of us, but not to the point. It's very high quality and very high technology as well, because it's concrete MIC, 4-story high, demountable. We literally do the demountable version for our building department to see, so that they can trust us. We not only can build, our boxes can be reused more or less all the places in Hong Kong. So you will imagine that. I also thank the bank, give us the social loan as well as the green loan. We all started from this kind of project because they can see the meaningful things that we've done for our community. So altogether, not only we won all this, we finished about 3 of them now, but together we do not only concrete, but we also do steel MIC, depends what the client wants. And more to the point, I was just told we won 2 awards from Green Building Council, thanks to Tin Chang Heng. So we got that, and I was told I was about to get another 2 awards tomorrow night for Hong Kong IA. I'm really thrilled on behalf of my team and appreciate they can see our effort. Now, this is something that I would love to share with all of you. It's called Bini. It's our blockchain platform that we developed in 2018, in particular for MIC development. The reason being is because we shift everything cast in situ in Hong Kong construction site to the manufacturer in China, in our case, in Guizhou. So how on earth my government will actually examine all our quality, never mind all these paperwork that we need to do from one place to another. And that's the reason why by using blockchain, we'll be able to do that. And nobody can alter those information. Now, for what our platform does, from 1.0 to 6.0 right now, so I've been progressing for 4 years. I have 3 notes, but now I'm about to do my 4th one because we have so much data we have to carry, never mind cybersecurity and so on and so forth. The idea is all this 2D information, I'm afraid, our Hong Kong government still sort of half-hour have to take 2D information, but we go in digitalization path, which we all really working very hard towards that. We put the RFID chip into the modular boxes. That will act as an ID card for the box. And every single person who's actually involved in the project, if we allow to give you the code, you don't have to have name involved, then you'll be able to use our platform. Together for the project I mentioned for the very first time, we have 23 people doing joint inspection, government people included, consultant, and so on and so forth, all united and scan through the stuff, do the information in blockchain, photographs, Chinese, English, whatever you have it. We all have to have agreed to say this quality control is passed in order to move on to the next Give you an example. If we haven't done the rebar correctly, you're not allowed to do the concreting. It's sequential as well. So really it's difficult, especially for my manufacturing team. Why we are being so harsh? Because imagine the entire modular box, if we don't finish everything perfectly, immaculately, after they transport it to Hong Kong construction site and then realize that corner is not right, I can't fit it in. That defeats all the purpose of adopting MIC. And even though I'm willing to buy extra stuff to redo it, I haven't got time to actually spend. That's the reason why, if you think about it, everything has to be perfect when they leave our plant. And that's the reason why Beanie is created for that. And then carry on, we have to increase the wellness and the efficiency of our transportation system. That's the reason why we use NB-IoT together with 5D to actually keep track on the modular from our China plant to Hong Kong, different construction site. Together, we put an IoT IAQ sensor just to test the quality, the air quality for the driver of the compartment in order to give him the wellness that he deserves. After you arrived in Hong Kong, when you do public sort of work, you have to follow a system called DWSS. The entire DWSS inspections are on our platform. You welcome the blockchain. If my client doesn't want it, it's all feasible as well. And then we use what we call 4Ss, meaning we have to do smart safety construction system, implemented 9 things integrated together with the 10th one, which is the AR sort of training, all onto our platform. And then the last thing we're working on right now is put everything into SIM, the situation modeling, in order to see things from a macro perspective, meso perspective, and micro perspective. And everything is follows our Hong Kong CIC CDE standard, launched and carried through by Jack, together with ISO 19650, this entire system. So this keep on repeating, that's to increase on the quality and the competitiveness of what we do. The other thing I want to mention is we practice smart construction on site. So in a sense that everything, as I mentioned earlier, not every single site of mine, but the selected ones, you can see the real time of what's going on with the contractual deliverables, the manufacturing processes, everything's been color-coded, and the construction site as well. So vice versa, you can see it just as long as I give you the right, you can see it with your tablet everywhere we go. Together, from the move on to 4, 5, and 6.0 is something that we're working on a smart command theater. The reason why we want to do that is because we really want to showcase people, this is the way we can do smart city implementation. And also, when you look into a dashboard, you can actually see smart construction, smart building, and smart mobility. And also, we have a super app, Livy, to link everything through. Now, I want to show you a video about the real time how we do things, and that's our Beanie platform. That's our manufacturer plant in China, check through everything and put all this information with a blockchain platform. That's a construction site. We do our DWSS system, different ranking of people, my logistic guy, testing his air quality as well, link it through the dashboard, different clients, we have different dashboards, and to cater what the needs. And some of my clients is so posh to the point that they don't want all this information. They just want certain information that we particularly cater and design for that. Those are all different dashboards that we use. And you can actually see the actual site for access information, all real time. We use AI, obviously. Without AI, we can't text the silhouette of people to make sure that we know the workers is where they go, whether they have allowed to have a certain permit in order to work in certain area. You can see everything in the command theater setting. As simple as that. Now, I want to give you another highlight about our manufacturing 4.0 area. This is the plant, and this is the equipment that we developed ourselves. The reason being is we don't want to buy machine from other countries. The reason being is because, first of all, we can't afford it. Secondly, we have to design something cater for our needs. And this particular area is actually we design automatically so that we can do the slab a lot faster. Because when you do concrete MIC, you need to test the concrete curing as well. We practice special optimized concrete too, depends on the project. And that's the reason why we develop different line for ourselves. And everything is being coded. In order to increase on the precisions, meaning we do the BIM design, do the mold making, achieve 0.1 mm the tolerance in order to do the MIC boxes in plus and minuses 0.1 mm. This finished product 1 mm. The other thing we do is, because we tap into what we call autonomous vehicle in Hong Kong as well. So this is something that fully autonomous, designed by ourselves, just to carry the concrete from A to B to C. And I love that so much because that is through the mechanic wheel. I love that because you can walk sideways, which is incredible, thanks to my team. And I want to highlight, we actually have a venture fund in Science Park as well. We have 12 startup companies. One of them is rather sort of popular because we have done 4 generations of autonomous vehicle. And with that, we need to leverage that. But with autonomous vehicle, you can see the 2 version there. That's the latest version to show Happy Hong Kong and Happy Autonomous Vehicle. Basically, all this different generation of autonomous vehicle is either to increase the chassis itself and also the different technology from sensors, from LiDAR, from ultra-wideband to the whole system, fully autonomous. But in our Hong Kong context, this is level 4. And thanks to our Hong Kong government, hopefully we can commercialize it early next year, meaning I can charge you now if you enjoy our ride. And with that, we try to leverage autonomous vehicle. So we created what we call holy moly robotic range. We have internal, external, and heavy duty. All tackles towards construction industry because this is something that we know best. So you can see we got like a giraffe version, it's called Mobi Inspect, just to inspect the plant room, the huge plant room that our Hong Kong government doesn't want people to go near there. So I send a robot, and it's like a giraffe. You go up and down. We can change the different sensors. We can see the thermal leakage, you name it. Scan it, we can do it. Together with the MIC implementation, we have something called Mobi Lock, just to level with the sensor we put on the rack. And then with the robot itself, we can actually, when it comes to certain range that we design, then we will actually send a huge beep, 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 beep sound within the radius so that my worker is not allowed to go in there to do a preventive measures for safety. And with robotic scanning, used to be 3 engineers to do that, but now I use robot. Basically, the productivity increased to 75%. Also, we do construction robot, and as you can see, this is something we work for RHC on actually implemented in our construction site. As you can see, when it comes to the welding, the productivity really increased to 437%. This is something that I'm really proud of my team. Plus the quality is immaculate. Human cannot do that. Together with the plasma cutting on site, we do it with robotic. Basically, the productivity increased to 189%. Never mind all these robots to do the A to B to C. And very quickly, this is the other heavy duty robotic range. And more to the point, when it comes to our latest development for our hotel is actually the greenest hotel in the world. We say 63.5% of energy. We use AI as well. Now we're doing a renovation with a new business model. Together with all the things I mentioned, we are doing 4 or 5 different ways of digital twin. We are doing what we call prescriptive measures. We try to mimic, for instance, if there's water seepage, how do we tackle that? Not just present, not just preventive. We actually see what's going on with sort of a smart theater manner. You can actually see what's going on in terms of smart building. Smart mobility, meaning you can actually book through our platform to enjoy the mobility ride in Science Park and any other location as well when we plan to do it. This is my last photo I want to share with you. All these different solutions that I've been doing with my partners ourselves. The reason being is because we want to try everything. And we want to find out the best in different conditions. Newly built and renovation is a completely different thing. So ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we would love to share with you all. I think the key takeaway from the bottom of my heart is actually transparency. I think if we do things in a transparent way from the entire ecosystem, from the government, developer, contractor, manufacturer, my subbies, everything will be building a lot faster and better. More to the point, we build the trust. Trust is the most important thing within the ecosystem. So enjoy the rest of your time in Hong Kong, and thank you very much. Thank you.